Todd, Alpha India 4, Tango Bravo. I think I've read enough that I can set it up to go out and do some CW POTA work tomorrow. A couple of things I learned. The USB charging, yes, but there are caveats. You can't just plug a wall wart with a USB-C into it, plug it into the battery or the radio, and expect it to charge. It will not, unless the source is at least 15 volts and I believe 4 amps. It's in the documentation. It's pretty clear. So yeah, don't think you're just going to plug in the USB-C into it and get a charge, because that is not going to happen. So let's set this thing up to do some CW. First thing, top right button. Press that and hold that. It's going to pull up my modes. I'm just going to pick CW. We're already there. Next button over. It'll let me pick the band. Let's just, for fun, say we're going to go on to 15 meters. I switch to 15 meters. It switch modes. You can see back to upper sideband. Press and hold the mode. CW. Good to go. We'll just spin the dial to somewhere. All right. Now, on the top left, we got an S meter, and mine currently shows SWR. They did do a good job with this. So basically, just tapping. Whoop, I should probably hold the radio while I'm doing that. Tap the meter. It gives me the choice for what I'm going to be showing on the bottom. Currently, it's set to SWR. Press it. I can switch between compression, SWR, ALC, etc., etc. SWR is what I want. That's what I've got. Attenuator, off and on. IPO. So basically, just think of your amps. Amp 1, Amp 2. I think the setup is 10 dB a gain for Amp 1, 20 dB a gain added for Amp 2. And IPO is the, what's that actually stand for? Intercept point optimization. So, yeah. Think auto mode. So, not going to judge anything on this. I'm going to take it out tomorrow, and yeah, I'm just going to run it and see what it wants to do. So, I'm going to leave that stuff all set to, whoops, did I just turn the camera? There we go. Okay, set that back to IPO. Yeah, I apologize. I'm kind of at a funky angle. I'm in a hotel room, no lights, no anything. Wasn't planning on doing any of this. So, we'll leave that there. Digital notch filter. Gonna leave that alone for now, because there is a separate notch filter that we can use. And then AGC, automatic gate control. Obviously, the same things you're going to find anywhere. Fast, mid, slow. All right. So, following that along, we got those settings. Over here, you can actually see, we can look at what we have set up for our bandwidth. I can click on that. How wide is it? Bottom knob on the right. I can select between, shift, width. Find the section I want to play with. I can hit that. It turns orange. Do whatever I want to do with it. So typically I start off at 500. Press it again to accept it. Same thing with the notch. This is actually kind of nice. It does a good job of illustrating the notch. So wherever you have that you need to notch out, it's really easy to find. I do kind of like it. It took me a little bit to figure out that I'm like, okay, if I don't want it, I should put it back to 0. No. So basically press and hold, and it goes back to off. Simple, simple, simple. Okay. Click on, that'll go away. Down on the bottom, display modes. Center, cursor, it'll follow our cursor. And fix will be whatever your span is set, that's going to be there. And this will move across whatever your span is. I can set my speed a little bit faster, so you can see that. And I did forget to show that, so we'll go back here and show this. Oh no, the span's on the bottom. That's why I'm not paying attention. Let's turn that back. Boom. All right, yes. So modes we showed centered. I just will leave it uncentered. And same thing, setting up waterfall. This is just your 2D waterfall with signals above and the trails below. And then if you want, multi will actually pull up an oscilloscope and transform, whoops, underneath. Wow, it keeps moving this around. Underneath your waterfall. So you can actually set that up. Just click it again and away it goes. All right, span, we talked about that. Yes, I can figure out how much I want to show at any given time. So if I just want 20K, boom, done. Speed, and then it's just going to be how fast it's registering. Again, I'm sitting in a hotel, dummy load, nothing to look at, so I do apologize for that. Okay, something they've done that I kind of do like, top right is your function button. If you look above your mode, you can see currently it says D level. If I press and hold the function button, it goes into what looks like a crazy menu, but it's actually not. It's kind of broken up by type. All your main stuff initially is going to be single sideband. I can scroll through that. Once I get down here, yes, attenuation, those things that are already showing up top, they're there. But then I break through and go into general settings. So yeah, noise blanker, I can set that. Digital noise reduction, I can set that. I can set my power. Just keep screaming along. A lot of this, because I'm in CW mode, is actually not activated or even available. So I get down to forward, just keep scrolling. That puts me in page 203, CW. So I've got monitor level right there. And you can see directly below that, I'm on a dummy load, but break-in is currently off. So any CW noise I make will not be transmitting. So monitor level, I can kind of adjust. So here's what I'm hearing for, say this is what I'm hearing for noise. And if that's where I was listening to signals, I can say, okay, how does that translate from a monitor? Is that fine? We're just going to say that's fine. But I kind of have weird preferences. I don't like it quite that high. So you can see keyer is off. That's because I'm actually using a bug. Break-in off. So, okay. Words per minute. Set them to whatever you would want. Again, I'm using a bug, so that doesn't apply for me. CW pitch. Anything you want to change, select it. It pops up front and center. Whoops. Change it to what you want it to be. I don't know why, but I personally prefer 600 hertz. I don't know, better for me. Break-in delay, I'm just going to leave that for now because I don't know. Again, haven't had the radio out, so don't know for sure. Same spot, I can actually record messages, playback messages, etc., etc. Forward brings me into the C4FM. Don't care. APRS beacon. Yeah, don't care about that either. But once we get to the end of that last page, we actually do go into some more general settings for the radio that we can do. But kind of universal settings for sideband, AM, FM, data, RIDI, digital, etc., etc., etc. Same thing. We go into our CW settings, and it's going to give us tone settings for that if we want. General stuff. We display settings. You can go in, and we can actually go in and say, okay, we want to change our colors. What color do you want there? If you look at my VFO knob, you can see it's actually changing colors. Kind of cool. We won't play with any of that right now. That's irrelevant. We just want to set up to do CW. All that. Just hit the back button. Get back out of there. Now, for those of you doing CW, everybody likes to talk about menus. So this function menu, I'll go back to the CW page, and this is kind of a neat thing. The last setting that I adjust, say I don't know who I'm going to get, I'll set this to 20 words a minute and back out of it, and I'll just tap, get out of the screen, back, hit the back button here. That'll take me out, I think, take me out. I'm all the way out. But if you look top right, it says CW speed. The last thing in the function menu that I adjusted is instantly recallable just from turning the knob. So in this case, I left it on speed last. So say I'm out activating, and somebody comes in and they're really, really slow. I don't have to hunt the menu. All I gotta do is twist this knob. It's on the last thing I picked. I can crank it down, crank it back up. Simple, simple. So that's about it. I think I can take it out and do some CW. I know I can go in here. I can change, the width of my filter if I want to. So I hunt around at 500. I start activating. It gets crowded. I just click on it. I can narrow that down to not 50, 200, 250, whatever I want to do. Click that. Boom. I'm good to go. Back button gets me back out of whatever menu I'm in, and should be good to activate. So obviously I need to charge the battery. It's a little more than half dead, but yeah, I think that'll do it. Yeah, I'll see what kind of things I need to change when I actually have signals coming in, but at least I feel like I'm in a pretty good starting spot. And just for the record, this was not the craziest thing I purchased this weekend. The craziest thing I purchased, I'll just grab the camera and slide back behind it a little bit. That's probably the craziest thing I purchased this weekend. But oh my gosh, do I love it. All right. Any questions? If you wanted me to look at something or try something, just, shoot me a message or leave me a comment, and I'll see what I can do. 7-3.